Hi everybody, it's been a long time since I posted some videos, but I'm really planning to get back into it, and I'll start today with a request to make a tutorial. Several people requested to make a tutorial for Memory Lane, so I'll start off with that. Put your capo on the 4th fret if you want to play it in the same key as Elliott did. I think the video I made from a couple of years ago is a bit lower, I think, for the singing, but I don't remember exactly. So the song is for certain people. I saw a comment that said this song is a beast. I think you have to break it down and remember that Elliott is very often playing bass lines and melody lines and superposing them, and then you get things that might look complicated or that make up specific picking patterns. So let's dive into it with the intro right away. So I'll try to talk you through the song, and I hope that it makes things a little bit clearer for you. So we'll start off with a C. The intro is in C, but he wants to get that high C in the melody. So you could do this and then having this C with the high note there, but he actually keeps an open G, and this one is muted here. Okay, so that's a C chord. It's not the most regular C chord, of course, but it works if you want to get that high melody. And then the picking pattern on the right hand is a regular picking pattern. If you're not aware with this, check out Travis picking, and you'll definitely find videos that explain this very well, with outer and inner fingers. So this is outer inner, and the pinky goes down to B flat. It's an F7th, just like you have a D7th, E7th, F7th, but on that same bass. So it's all on the bass of C. F. This is F diminished. This is with an open B. So that's this chord. Still on that bass of C. It's weird, but it works. C, a weird B, F, major 7th, and you end on an A minor. So actually the chords are rather simple. You have a C, C da D, C7th, F diminished, C, weird B, F, A minor. Okay, I'll do the whole intro again so you can practice on top of it, not too fast. Get on that A minor where he plays a very specific melody, and that just requires some practice to get that melody, and it's a weird melody. It starts with a D sharp on an A minor. That's not something you would normally do, but he resolves it immediately by going to the E. D sharp, E, C, A, G. So don't put an A minor shape, because you're not going to be able to play that melody smoothly. I think I suggest you just walk through the melody and try to alternate the thumb without thinking too much of it. Okay, I find this hard myself to do it slower. Okay, so that's a G. Da dee da da la dee da da F and a C, A minor, G da 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 dee da. So the chords are quite simple, but it's just with those little melodies. Okay, and then you have to find out which fingers are what works best for you. In general, I play picking with my 3 fingers here, but for this one, just to go from the D sharp to the E, I sometimes use the, I don't know how this is called, a ring finger. That's really something you have to work on to get that melody right. F, C. That last part as well, it's okay. Okay, so that makes up the whole intro. It's actually made of 2 parts, that chromatic descent, and then the part with the A minor and the chromatic melody. So also you notice the C, C sharp. Those are all these little bass lines and melodies I was talking about earlier. And then you get to the verse. You get to the verse where he stops playing these melodies because he's going to sing, and the voice is going to be the melody, of course. And he plays more regular chords. So E minor. This is the place F minor. This is an F minor, but not exactly the same as this F minor because the bass note is an A flat. There is an A flat here, but it's here I play it in the bass. This is the place you'll end up when you lose the C to a D. This is a D diminished, a D minor 7 B5. So for those who don't know chords, it's a D minor 7th, and then B5 diminished. But you don't normally play it like this, you play it like this. It's the same as that, the same notes, but I think it sounds more like this. And it's the lyrics, where you're dragged against your will, from a basement on the hill. So A minor, bass G, F, and all anybody knows is your C, B, A, M. So I'm just going down with the bass note, and then they kick you in the head. So a D minor with a playing with the D minor 7th, and they kick you in the head. Melody, it's like a E minor, G, F, G, and they kick you in the head and send you back to bed. So here from the G chord you have G and G, bass and melody. They both go up and send you back to bed. So A, B, C, and then you are again on a C chord, which is maybe not a regular C chord, but it's almost the same as the one we played in the beginning. It's just that instead of playing the bass note C here, you play it up here now. So okay, so here you put your E. Okay, the G is open. And then we play almost the same. So it's kind of chorus part isolation pulled you past the tunnel too bright. You play almost something like the intro, but the bass has to go down. Isolation pulled you past the tunnel to a bright world where you can make a place to stay. So you have this super chromatic descent, and we're going to do that with both the bass and the melody. Isolation pulled you past the tunnel to a bright world where you can make a place to stay. Sorry, I don't want to confuse you. So that's a C, that's a C7 on the bass of B flat now, the F7, the F diminished, C on the bass of G, D on the bass of F sharp, F. Okay? Everybody's scared of this place, you stay in the way. Little house of home, memory lane. So that's the same as we did before. Okay? I'm not going to go through that again not to make the video too long. But I think then we had almost all the parts actually. So there's the intro, there is a made of two parts, chromatic descent and then the A minor part. Then there's the chords of the verse, and we end up with the C up there and doing again that chromatic descent with the bass line. Now we get on the second verse. The maid's name is Fear. So those are the same chords, but there's a subtle difference, is that he plays the bass line. So he's going to play a bit more bass notes to link that bass line. The maid's name is Fear, his voice patrols the pier. So E minor, F, G, A flat, B flat, C. Let's say you have to put in those little, you can put in those little notes if you like. The maid's name is Fear, his voice patrols the pier from a mountain of cliches that advances every day. The doctor spoke out loud, the rest is all the same. He ran out loud, you keep your doors and windows shut and swear never show us all again. But isolation, and again chromatic descent. Isolation pushes you till every muscle aches, down the only road of liberty. So here I strummed the chromatic descent, that's possible. And then from that bass line, it's the A minor riff. Everybody's scared of this place, you staying away. Listen, your little house on memory lane. And here's the difference. Here's a tiny bridge, if you like. Instead of going to C lane and a memory lane, you go to A minor. If it's your decision to be open about yourself. So A minor, E on the bass of G sharp. So the second string is muted. Then an E and a B. A C on bass of G and a D on bass F sharp. Be careful or else F. Be careful or else F minor. A small rhythmic subtlety there. If it's your decision to be open about yourself, be careful or else. Be careful or else. I'm comfortable apart, it's all written on my chart, and I take what's given me most cooperatively. Do what people say, do what people say. Sorry, I'm thinking ahead, because here's a difference. And lie in bed all day. So before it was in bed all day, which would work just fine. But I think he does you can hear the D sharp. In bed all day, absolutely horrified. I hope you're satisfied. Again, the chromatic descent. Isolation pushes past self-hatred, guilt and shame to a place difference again. On memory lane, A minor, on bass G, D7 on the bass F sharp, and ending on so. And then the F, he plays an F with a melody that is no longer D sharp, but D. Your little house on memory lane. Okay, I think that's it. I hope the video is not too long and that it helps some of you to play the song. That's what it's all about. Bye bye.